Just because it's on sale doesn't mean it deserves a spot in your closet, or even worse, that you should spend your money on it. I have combed through this Nordstrom anniversary sale. I have spent the money, and now we're gonna talk about what I returned, what I absolutely just straight up skipped, and what I'm buying instead. Now that I have your attention, let's talk a little bit about the Nordstrom anniversary sale. This is not to say it's not worth shopping. I think it's worth shopping. I spent, well, if you totaled it all up from my last haul video, about $3,000. Of that $3,000, some of it's gonna get, or actually has been returned now. So I'll tell you about that. But I'm not here to tell you don't shop the sale. Of course, I like the sale. I spent a lot of my own money and there's still great things, and they are sneakily adding things to the sale every day. So we will revisit that sale as it winds down in early August to see if there's anything worth picking up. But just because it is on sale doesn't mean you need to run out and buy it, and we're gonna talk about that. So first, let's talk about the returns. I rarely return things because I choose to cull before it even hits my wallet or gets sent to my house. I don't buy as much as a lot of influencers do, but then I also don't return very much. In fact, I only return pieces if they don't fit me or if there's something wrong with the product. This year, I did return 2 things. The first, I would have happily exchanged for a larger size. It was sold out. It is this wool cashmere blend cardigan from Ralph Lauren, and it just ran really, really small. I got it my usual size, extra small, but to be fair, I don't really know what my usual size is in Ralph Lauren. I don't think I have anything from them. So it was a guess, and I guessed incorrectly. It pulled a little bit across the chest. I just wanted a little more room. I love the feel of the fabric. I love this color. Went to exchange it, totally sold out. So I will be keeping my eyes open and see what comes out once the season actually starts. So that was return number 1. The only other return was the AllSaints handbag. We had a lot of discussion about it in the comments when I shared it during my haul from what I bought from the Nordstrom anniversary sale. And the fact that I even needed to ask the question, should I keep it or not, answers the question. If you're questioning the purchase, even at a sale price, there's gonna be something better. So back it went. I love the bag for somebody else. I do really love the color, and I will keep that in mind as I shop for handbags later this fall when they release more fall toned or fall geared bags. But I didn't love how structured it was. I didn't love the size. The zipper, while I thought was cool, it's an edgy look, and I'm not an edgy person. This is about as edgy an outfit as I wear. I'll pop in a picture of today's outfit and link it below. And while we're talking about links, not a lot of products to share that I'm actually suggesting you run out and get, but any that do pop up during this video, I will have pinned to the first comment, all the links there. I will have in the description box, which is the text underneath this video. You just have to expand it. And if it is on the YouTube shopping platform, you will see it as an icon to view products or pictures underneath this as well. But back to the topic at hand. The purse went back. It's lovely. Hopefully someone else will get to snatch it up. There will be more. Now let's get to the skipped list. These are the items that just never got bought in the first place. Some of them are more specific, so let's get into the what and the why and the what instead. So number 1 is the Stuart Weitzman Goldie Stud Ballet Flat. Now, there are a few reasons why I didn't end up pulling the trigger on this. One is because it would have taken a huge chunk out of my budget and I had my eye on other things. Even though I spend a lot at the Nordstrom anniversary sale, I do still set a budget for myself, and I know there's more coming in a month or 2, so I'd rather just be really sure about what I want and keep to that budget. I think it's a beautiful shoe, and if it had the original pearls across the strap, like the first iteration that came out a few years ago, I might have pulled the trigger, especially because they released it in more colors this year. But there was something about the rhinestones or the crystals across the top, whatever you want to call them, it just didn't sit well with me. And then they also have a mesh version of this year. And to me, that looks exactly like something that I own from Amazon, which is around maybe $50 max. And it's kind of hard to justify that price differential. So for me, ultimately skipped the Stuart Weitzman. Highly recommend if you liked the mesh version. I will link the Amazon that I have. I've been wearing it for years, super comfortable, comes in a lot of colors, and it is not $300. Next is this Veronica Beard bucket bag. I admired it. I believe I recommended it to y'all. I definitely did in my overall huge list. And I'll link to that because the sale's still going on. And while it might not appeal to me in the end, it might be exactly what you're looking for. And I have a long list per category of everything I do recommend. I recommend this bag. I stand by the recommendation for others. The craftsmanship is beautiful. The materials they chose are beautiful. The colors are what really got me. But I have to be honest about, am I going to use this bag? And I have a Tory Burch bucket bag that looks very similar to this. It was gifted to me and I never reached for it. I was also gifted a beautiful bucket bag from Juju, New York. Also never use it because I am lazy and I don't like to have to pull it open with the straps on the side. That's how all bucket bags are. I want something that either is a zip or it just stays open with and then closes with a magnetic snap. The whole bucket bag open and closing situation, it just doesn't work for me. What do I have my eye on instead? First of all, I have now admitted the silhouettes that I like and that work for my personal taste, and the bucket bag and the AllSaints bag aren't working for me. I have my eye currently on this suede bag that just got released from Quince. It's a much lower price point, but I know I'm going to actually use it. So that is why it is sitting in my cart right now. Another category I pretty much skipped over. Did I buy anything? No. The blazers and suiting category. Now, I tried on some beautiful ones. It was hard for me to say no to the Cinq denim blazer. I really sat and thought hard about it. But again, I had that budget, and once I had filled my cart with everything I really wanted, there was no more room left in the budget. I would have had to delete something else, so it didn't make it. So I have a little bit of regret that I didn't buy that Cinq denim blazer. It is what it is. The Veronica beard blazer that I recommended, it is beautiful, but that was, again, not in my budget. And then everything else that was in my budget, mostly synthetic materials or a synthetic blend, and I don't have anything really against that, but at those prices, I want to see more natural fiber fabrics, more wool or wool blends, cotton, something other than polyester or some derivative of polyester. If I'm going to buy synthetic fiber pieces, then I'm going to pay less and I'm going to go to a different retailer than Nordstrom. I'm going to look at Amazon. I mean, that's an easy one. I'm going to look at J. Crew Factory or Banana Republic Factory or Gap, or I'm gonna look for natural fibers at Quince. And this is not sponsored by Quince, but you're gonna hear Quince come up a lot because they're giving Nordstrom and a lot of other of the higher end retailers a run for their money on their pricing and their quality and their choice of materials. So that is why I really didn't recommend a ton of blazers this year or any kind of suiting, and why I personally didn't buy any, and I'm just kind of waiting for fall to see what comes out. Now let's talk about sweaters. So not to keep repeating myself, but the selection of sweaters that Nordstrom has in the sale this year had some competition. Quince has really come out with putting out really good quality cashmere and wool pieces and blends of the two. I'm not talking about the $50 intro level cashmere sweater. It's nice, but their next step up at $100, they have beautiful pieces, thick material, great quality, all kinds of different silhouettes. Do they have the color range that some of the Nordstrom pieces have? No. So if you're looking for specific color, like I was looking for that gorgeous orchid pink that unfortunately didn't work out for me from Ralph Lauren, that's one thing. But if you're looking for neutrals and basics, which is pretty much the emphasis of the Nordstrom anniversary sale, I know I can do better. I mean, even Walmart is releasing 100% cotton sweaters in really fun colors. So I figure I just take the money that I would have spent on sweaters now and save that for a month or two when they start releasing the fall pieces. And I'm pretty confident I'm gonna find stuff I absolutely love. It'll be of better quality and probably a lower price. Now let's talk about shoes. I did buy a fair number of shoes. I bought one boot, but I bought it in two colors. Yes. Pretty sure just the one. I bought one bootie in two colors. I bought a pair of Loafer Mules, and then I think the Dolce Vita ones that I shared were actually gifted to, I know they were gifted to me. I think I have a couple pairs of those, so I didn't buy a ton of shoes, and I will tell you why. I already have some really great fall winter shoes from last season, and I'm kind of waiting to see if they come back around for this season. Part of what I do for a living means that I have to have the newest stuff to share with you. It's rather frustrating when you see me wearing, say, a really cute plaid shirt from Rails that was available last year and not this year. Got a lot of comments about that. So I do have to kind of change things out as things phase out of inventory and new stuff hits the retailers. But I'm kind of waiting to see what happens because I have a ton of loafers that I think are still in style and probably in stock. Have already some great boots. So I just kind of want to see what else is coming out. So I just got a couple of basics that I know will go through the whole season no matter what. And I'm holding back to see what else comes out because there will be new releases and there will be sales as well. Now I mentioned that I returned a handbag, but overall, didn't really recommend a ton of handbags and personally only bought the one because I am waiting to see what comes out, specifically from 3 retailers that I love. Quince, which I've mentioned a ton, but I love their handbags. I have a bunch of them and I'm starting to see a few pieces coming out sort of pre-fall. There's one handbag in red that I have my eye on. I'll pop a picture of that in here. I shared with you that suede bag, gorgeous. And then another retailer I love, I've been talking about for about a year now, Parisa Wang. I just got this black kind of satchel tote situation that I absolutely love. Definitely more of a fall winter bag for me. I have this Gabrielle East-West bag in the cream that I'm using now and the maroon from last year. It's not currently on their site, but I'm hoping they bring it back for fall. So I'm kind of wanting to see what else they're bringing out for fall before I commit to buying anything from Nordstrom. And then another retailer that I love at an even lower price point than Parisa Wang and around the same one as Quince is Allen. And I have a couple of their handbags now, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some new releases coming up for fall because everybody does. Currently carrying this Lily satchel that they brought back into stock. So yes, I know my channel is about shopping and buying all the time, but that doesn't mean you literally have to shop and buy all the time. I do, but that doesn't mean you too. So this Lily satchel I'm still carrying, and I am just curious to see what other colors get released and what new silhouettes as well. Number 7, if you are keeping track, this one was hard for me. And again, it's about knowing myself and being honest with myself, and that is beauty devices. I know I recommended the TheraFace depuffing wand, and I really, really want it. I think it would be amazing to have it. I know I would love it. The depuffing alone, I could use it right now. But I also know myself, and I know, like I said, that I am lazy and I am easily distracted. That is the ADD in me. And I'm not gonna remember to use it, or I'm gonna get annoyed that it's gonna be another step in my routine. And at this point in my life, there's a lot of steps in my skincare routine. I'm gonna use it for 2 days. As soon as it runs out of charge, I'm gonna forget, and then it's gonna go in the beauty device graveyard that if you saw all the devices that I have piled up in a cabinet, and they are good and they are effective and they all work. The problem is not the devices, the problem is me. And I know a handful of friends who are diligent and they use all the things. They use the new face every day. They use their red light helmet and the red light masks. I have like 3 red light masks. Like if you ever want to come over and have a masking party, I'm your girl. But I shove them in a drawer. I forget about them. They need to be charged. I'm not that person. I am their worst nightmare. I am now at the point where when brands reach out to me and offer to send me like an amazing expensive device for free, I'm like, don't waste your money. I'm going to be terrible at the follow through. I wish I was a better person. I know. Like at this point in my life, it's not going to change. 53 years old. So no beauty devices for me. Hopefully some of the more diligent people watching snatched theirs up at a great price. I did not. Now let's talk about activewear. If you notice, I really only recommended a couple of things. And that's because, again, at this point in my life, I have realized I don't need 100 cute sets, say, from Amazon. I found what works for me. And if I need any more, although it's fair to say I probably don't, I'm just gonna stick with what I know works for me. And what I know works for me are the Spanx Booty Boost leggings that boost the booty, suck in the tummy, suck in the thighs, are still comfortable enough to work out in. Yes, they were in the Nordstrom anniversary sale, but the color, I think there were 2 colors. One color was like, sorry Spanx, I love you, I do, but it's like baby vomit green. So no, I'm not gonna recommend it and I'm not gonna buy it. I have it in black, a beautiful blue, I have it in red, I have it in brown, I have it in a burgundy, and I have the matching top. The matching top is the V-neck shelf tank. It has the built-in sports bra, so I don't even have to deal with layering pieces, comes in all the colors to match the leggings, is not cropped, so no tummy is showing. I love these 2 pieces. And if those go on sale in colors I will actually wear, I may add to my collection. But the colors they had in the Nordstrom anniversary sale, One was okay, and the other one, oh, the brown. The other one, no. So I skipped it. I do want to point out for both the Booty Boost leggings and the Shelf Tank, I size up one. So I'm usually an extra small in most Spanx, like their Air Essentials and stuff like that, but I'm a small in the leggings and a small in the top. The top mostly because I do have a larger chest and my torso can fit, but the boobs do not fit in that shelf bra situation. They just do not. Also, inside the tank, the bra strap is actually adjustable. And even when I completely unhook it, we're still spilling out on the sides. It's not a cute look. So I do recommend if you have anything as far as a chest goes, size up one. And I find the leggings to be a little more comfortable, but still compress when you size up one on those as well. The next one was easy for me. Anything faux suede or faux leather, instant pass. Amazon has just been nailing it with the faux suede, the faux leather, especially the bubble bomber type jackets. Anthropologie has some and they go on sale for less than what was in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I cannot justify spending $100 or more on faux leather or faux suede jackets when I can find them at other retailers right now for less money. Specifically, this faux suede bubble bomber jacket that I have in 2 colors from Amazon, it's exquisite. I'm sure they're gonna probably add even more colors as we get into the fall season. So unless you were shopping for an actual real leather or real suede jacket, yes, there are deals to be found at Nordstrom, but the faux stuff at those prices, it's kind of insulting. And then the last category, because it's getting late here, it is actually 7:30 right now. So maybe not quite time for bed, but admittedly the time of night that I'm thinking about getting into my pajamas anyway are pajamas. So I swear this video is not sponsored by Quince, but they have my heart for pajamas. And currently I'm living in their linen long sleeve pajama set. Those are great, obviously, for this time of year, but also their bamboo long sleeve pajama set. I believe they have a short set as well. So specifically the bamboo set, let's talk about, because everyone raves about the Nordstrom Moonlight pajamas that are, if not bamboo, they feel a lot like it. Very similar feel, similar fit. And yes, they have more color options and more patterns than the Quince one does. What they do not have are pockets in the pajama pants, and the Quince ones do. And the Quince ones, I think at full price, are still less than the Nordstrom ones on sale. So Quince wins on that. And then this is just a splurge, but just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it. So I would rather pay full price for one pair of print fresh 100% cotton poplin pajamas any time of year than any of the sale synthetic blend stuff that's on sale right now at Nordstrom. I do not need really any more pajamas, but if I were to purchase another pair, the print fresh ones are fantastic. I wear them year round. I wear them now. It's 100 and something degrees outside and it just pulls the moisture from my body and it's instantly cooling. I wear it during the winter time. It does get into the 20s at night here sometimes, into the 30s. That's cold legitimately anywhere. Keeps me warm, but again, 53, night sweats are a reality. There's moisture, it wicks it. Same with the Quince bamboo. My point is, while yes, there are tons of cute pajamas on the Nordstrom website right now, I would rather buy the Quince pajamas full price, which are still cheaper than all the Nordstrom ones, or print fresh, which is not cheaper, but amazing quality, holds up beautifully, doesn't fade, and I sleep in them all year round. So my friends, that was what I returned, what I skipped, what I will be buying instead. And if you want to see for yourself what I will be buying as we get closer into fall, make sure you are subscribed here so you see what makes it home onto my body, out of my bank account. I'm looking forward to all the new fall releases. I'm sure stuff is going to start trickling in any minute. If you enjoyed this video, I rarely say this, but please give it a thumbs up. For some reason, YouTube likes it when you do that. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope that you had fun with this slightly negative themed video, which I try to avoid. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.